Good evening. It is July 26th, and we are having a heat wave here in Savage, Minnesota. The original idea for this video was going to be Dylan Sampson versus RJ Harvey, with the recent debacle in Cleveland with Quinshon Judkins getting arrested, and those legal issues are still being sorted out. Dylan Sampson has an opportunity to jump up the depth chart in Cleveland. I know Dave Chappelle once said that he wanted to talk to Sampson. I want to talk about Sampson. He was last year's 2024 SEC Offensive Player of the Year with over 1,600 total yards from scrimmage, 22 touchdowns, right around 6 yards per carry. And all of this behind the number 5 ranked offensive line going into the season per 24/7 Sports. I am going to work on doing a series I'm calling the Dollar Bin Boys. Since we're doing fantasy auction related content, these are guys that you're going to spend, $1 to $5 just to put on your bench, or in a snake draft, just your real late round stashes. That being said, since I kind of had that idea, we have the Judkins issues. So we are going to move him up our priority list while still keeping him as kind of a dollar bin guy, one of a late round stash. So, Cleveland Browns, Dylan Sampson, Jerome Ford, Quinshon Judkins. Jerome Ford has been a pretty dang good kind of flex player, or someone you can count on to get 10 to 12, maybe 14 points in a game. That being said, if the Browns really liked him, they would not have drafted Quinshon Judkins with the second round pick. They would not have drafted Dylan Sampson 2 rounds later if they really liked Jerome Ford. So clearly the Browns are open to giving some of these other backs a chance at toting the rock. So a couple things that hinder Dylan Sampson. Biggest one is going to be just his size and then draft capital. So, first thing, we're going to talk about size. So, Sampson coming into the combine at 5'8", 200 pounds. ESPN Magazine has him at their number 61 overall running back. And they have to say, Sampson was selected by Cleveland in the 4th round of April's draft. He is one of the smallest and youngest running backs, only 20 years old, in this class. He was an effective collegiate rusher with 5.9 yards per carry, but wasn't used much in the passing game. He's tough and makes plays, but his size could limit his touch ceiling. Sampson's fantasy outlook is less than ideal, as second-round rookie Quinshon Judkins is the team's short and long-term lead back, with Jerome Ford possibly a factor in 2025 as well. Sampson is barely worth late-round consideration, but he's a fine dynasty hold. Well, all right, let's break this down. So 5'8", 200 pounds, I got him at. People are excited about RJ Harvey. How big is he? He is 5'8", 205. Jahmyr Gibbs, 5'9", 202. Devon Achane, 5'9", 188. James Cook, 5'11", 190. Bucky Irving, 5'10", 195. Kyron Williams, 5'9", 202. Hear that baseball, Steve? He's right there alongside some of the people that you are excited to have on your shitty roster. He ran a 4.46 at the combine. RJ Harvey ran a 4.40. Jahmyr Gibbs was faster with like a 4.36, I want to say, without looking it up right here. But he's right in that mix. So if you are concerned about size with Sampson, you're concerned about size with the rest of these bozos. So another knock on Dylan Sampson is just his draft capital going in the 4th round. I do want to point out, though, that just because he got drafted in the 4th round doesn't make him necessarily a 4th round talent. So going into the draft, Mel Kiper had him as the number 6 running back. And again, R.J. Harvey's going to catch some strays. R.J. Harvey was Mel Kiper's 9th ranked running back. PFF had Sampson as the 4th rated running back. That's above their 5th rated running back, Caleb Johnson, and 8th, R.J. Harvey. Bleacher Report also had Dylan Sampson at 4, Quinshon Judkins at 6, Trevion Henderson at 7, and R.J. Harvey at 13. These are just 3 different sources that pointed out that Sampson, does have some talent. Obviously, there are other ones that had him lower than, R.J. Harvey and whatnot. But he's a dude. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. And then the last little segment here is going to be Stu's Clues. And I just want to put a side-by-side of Dylan Sampson's productivity at University of Tennessee versus R.J. Harvey at UCF, just to show how similar these statistics were. And just going into a draft standpoint, if you were given 2 running backs and one produced in the SEC versus at UCF, which running back would you be more likely to favor? So that's what we got for today. Stay clean, stay focused, stay strong.